Hey, what's up guys, it's Mac here, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a UV map of this mesh model over here, because without it we cannot make any texture at all. And also I'm going to teach you how to create an ambient occlusion of Tanjiro Nichirin blade that we have created in the last episode. So if you haven't watched that, please check out the top right side corner of your screen and watch that first before going into this video. So this will be a very long video, so check out the timestamp in the description below and skip whenever you need to. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so before we begin this tutorial, please be reminded that we are using the Blender 2.91.2. so if ever you have a different version, please visit blender.org and download the same version, because the shortcuts, the buttons might be different. So just in case, if you wanted to follow on this tutorial, download the same version. With that said, let's just begin. Now that we are done with the blade, the next thing we're going to do is obviously texturing. But before we could do any texture, we first need to learn how to put some UV maps on the blade, because without the UV map we cannot put any texture. So I want you all to go to UV editing tab over here, just click that, and we are going to have a different layout for our work. So first, let us just put your mouse on this side and scroll your mouse larger, so that we could like put this in and out. So if you want to make it bigger or smaller, that's the thing that we should do. So let's just put it up to this level. Anyway, I want you all to select everything on this tab over here. Just press A and press Shift, select the blade, and press H to hide everything else besides the blade, because we are going to edit the UV layout of the blade first. So in order for us to do that, select the blade, press Tab, and while we are in the edge mode, select the edge mode, hold down Shift and Alt and select this line over here, and you can see everything now is highlighted. Also, I want you to select this part and this part, so hold Shift and Alt again, select that part, select this part. Let's do that again. So everything now is highlighted. Now we press Ctrl E and choose Mark Sim. So this basically means we'll have a red line on that part, meaning that that is the cutting part of the UV layout. So all you need to do next is press A, press U, and choose Unwrap. And as you can see, we have our blade layout on this side. So we are going to put some textures on here later, after we have made all of these parts, UV maps of all of these parts of the blade. Now that we are done with this, I want you to go over this side, press A to select all of the UV map, press G to move it on Y axis, so that we could put this up for now, so that it will not bother us when we do the other parts of the blade. Now let's move on to the next part we're in. Let's just start with the handle, because this is the easiest part. So let's go back on this side and let us go to select this handle part, and we are going to cut this in the same way. So the thing that you're going to do next is press Shift and Alt, hold it down while we are in the edge mode, and select this line over here, so that we could select all the circle. Also do it on the bottom part, and let's just, I think we should cut it. We could cut it from here or at the back, but I think it's better for us to like cut it from here. So Again, shift and alt, hold it down while in the edge mode. Select this line so that we could select all of these lines in the entire handle. And again, Control E, mark sim, and we are done with that. The next thing we're going to do is press A, press U, and select unwrap. And there we go. That is the UV map of our handle for this blade. So let us again select everything else on this side, press G, press Y, so that we could like move it away for now, because we have to like fit everything else later. Now the next part we are going to edit the UV map is the ferrule over here. So click that, and you can see that little eye over there. Just click this so that you will be able to hide it or show it on your screen. So by selecting this, we could now start editing our UV map. So after selecting, press tab, okay, and we are going to edit here. Now depending on the shape of your mesh, you are going to cut it in different location. Like for instance this part, because we have a very unique kind of shape. Now I think the best way is to cut it from here. So we're going to hold down shift and alt and select this. We are going to cut it from there. Also shift alt, hold down, select this part to select all those lines there. Remember, we are at the edge mode, and also this part. Okay, now you could just hold shift for a single selection, and also over here shift, and then we select this part. And as per usual, Control E, mark sim, and there we go. Now the next part is press A to select everything, press U to unwrap, and there we have it, our UV map for the ferrule one. So let's just select everything here and press G. Now let's just move it to X so that we could like put them all together in one texture later. Now that we are done with this, let's just deselect it. At the moment, press tab, and let's just hide this by clicking the eye over here, and let's choose ferrule number 2. We are going to edit this UV map of this ferrule over here. So press tab. Okay, my tab button is not working. For some reason it already has a map over here, but we are going to redo that because we have to make it fit on one texture. So let's just press shift and alt, and we are going to select this line over here, the first second line. Okay, we're going to select that part. Also on the other side, hold shift and alt rather, and select that part. Also we are going to cut it here in the middle. Now I want you to press just the shift button, select this part, and this part as well. Okay, I guess that is good enough. Now we press Control E, mark sim, and we are done with that. As per usual, select everything by pressing A, press U so that we could start the UV mapping, and press unwrap. There we go. That's much better. So select everything else again by pressing A on this side, and press G to move it out of here. Let's just put it over here. Now let's hide this again, and let's start with something else. Now the next part we're going to do is the guard part. We're going to edit the UV map of this model over here, or this part of the blade over here. Now press tab as per usual, and we're going to find out which which part should we cut on doing our map. So I think it will be best if we're going to select everything on the top first. So hold down Shift and Alt, select all that circle. Also on the bottom, Shift and Alt, and select everything underneath. Control E and mark sim. We're not done yet. Just in case I've made a mistake, we could like bring it up again. Okay, I guess that's it. Now I want you to just imitate what I'm currently doing, because I cannot explain by part. So just shift out this parts over here. So we are almost done. So the last mark simming we are going to do is just select this part inside. Just select that part. This part, hold down Shift so the selection will not be removed. Okay, so after that, Control E, mark sim. So let me just double check. There was not supposed to be a cut over here. I think I made a mistake on this part. Anyway, just select this. To undo the mark sim, select certain parts that you wanted to like deselect. Here, I guess. Okay, that's okay. Control E, then clear sim. So I guess we are ready to unwrap. Let's see how will this go. So we are supposed to press A to select everything, press U and choose unwrap. Not bad. I guess that will be fine. Anyway, all of these parts are going to be black anyway. So yeah, we didn't waste our time, but I think after doing this, you'll be able to get a grip on how to do texture mapping. I think we have made a mistake over here. We need to like let me just fix this real quick. To look for that. Where is that part? Oh, here. Oh yeah. I forgot to select this one. Control E, mark sim. And again, A, unwrap. That is fixed. Perfect. I love it. Love it. Okay, so let's move to the other parts. So before we do that, let's just hide this or put this away. So on the side, just press A to select everything, press G to move it somewhere far away from our main UV map over here, because once again we're going to put every texture map in a single texture. You'll understand what I mean in a little while. Now let's hide this guard by selecting that eye over there, and let's go to, we are done with the handle. Let's go to pommel, select the mesh, press this one so we could focus on what we're supposed to be working currently. Now let us press tab. Oops. Okay, that's good. We are going to hold shift and alt, and let's just cut it from this point, also from this point, select, cut it also probably at the back. So we're going to just hold down shift, this one, select this one, select that one, this one, and this one. Guess we are okay with that. Now Control E, mark sim. Of course we are supposed to do something about the inside part. If you are asking a question, should we still? Yes, we don't want to have a mess up texture. So let me just think. I guess, yeah, the innermost. Hold down shift and alt and select the innermost line. Remember, we are at the edge mode. Also on the other side, and we are going to cut maybe here. Hold down shift, just the shift, select that one, Control E, mark sim. I guess that's it. Now let us select everything else. Press U. Again, select everything else by pressing A. Select U to unwrap and choose unwrap. Perfect. That is perfect. I like that one. Again, let's move this away to somewhere else. Select everything, A, then press G. That's correct. Okay. So press G to move it. Just move it somewhere else outside of the box. So the next part are the wrappings. We got a lot of work to do, guys. So actually these are almost the same pattern. So I think we're just going to have to time lapse that, since you already understand how are we supposed to make loop, rather how are we supposed to do the mark sim. Anyway, let's just hide this away by pressing tab, stop, and just press H. Okay, H, it's not working. Let's just click this one. Now let's just choose wrappings number 1. Where is that? Okay, that, here it is. I think, yes, the modifier has already been removed. Okay, now that we have selected that one, let's just press A, select everything, press delete button on your numpad so that we can focus on what we are currently working on. So this will be very easy. So all you have to do is just to like shift alt, and I think we should just select the middle part, this one. Okay, hold shift and alt and select this one, and we are done. That's all that there is. Control E, mark sim. We are going to do the same for everything else. Wrappings number 2, also the same, and we are going to hold shift and alt and the middle part. Control E, mark sim. So we are done with wrappings 1 and 2. Wrappings number 3 and 4. Yes, this will be basically the same. Let's focus on this too. Select it and press this one. Press tab to edit mode. And let's look for the middle part. This one, this line over here. Hold shift and alt, same way. Select that one, control E and mark sim. I hope I am not going too fast. But you just have to like just move it backwards if in case. Anyway, same way. Shift alt, hold down. Select that middle part, control E and mark sim. We are done with that. Okay, so yeah, we still have more things over here. These are all going to be the same, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, we also have the top part and this part over here. Now we are done with this, this and this one. Now let's just start from here. Select that one, move it closer by pressing this button over here, delete button on your numpad, press tab. Okay, this is fairly easy. It's going to be the same for everything else. Shift and alt and select this line over here. Okay, I think we need to hide the other parts. It's just going to be very confusing. So let's just let me just hide this real quick. Okay. Let's just let me just see which are the parts. Okay, so we have to do this first. Hide. Just hide this real quick. Okay, so since the shape is all the same, the pattern of the marked sim will be also the same. So as you have selected this wrappings there, just press tab again, shift alt and select this part, like this part, and also I guess we could just cut it in the middle over here. Yep. I guess that will do. Control E, mark sim. Let's just check this out. A, U, unwrap. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, we're going to do the same pattern for all of these remaining wrappings, because these are all the same shape. Not for this one though. For all of these parts over here. Okay, last part, this one, this little thing over here. Let's just select it and press this again to focus on what we're working on. Remember, that is the delete button on your numpad, and just press tab so that we could see what's happening in the wireframe. Just hold down shift and alt, select this line, also this line, and of course we have to cut it somewhere. Maybe this will do. Okay, control E, mark sim, and I guess we are done with that. Or I guess, yeah, I think this one will be way better. Anyway, let's just unwrap this, press U, unwrap. Okay, Not bad idea. Okay, I guess we are done. So the reason that's why I'm asking you to like move this, what do we call this, UV map over here to the other side or somewhere. So we could do that by selecting A. Just put your mouse on this side, click it somewhere and press A to select all of the maps. Press G to move it anywhere from here. Okay, so the reason that's why we're doing that, because we don't want to be overlapping each other. So for example, if we select this one and we select this part over here, okay, select, we are in object mode, so select this part, hold shift and select this part. When we press Ctrl J, we are linking them together. So as you can see, both now are selected at the same time. So when I press tab, you can see they have their UV map over here, and when you press A on this side by selecting everything else, as you can see, the other one is outside. So if we did not put that outside, it will be really a lot of work, you know. So we are going to link all of these objects here, and we are going to fit them all together in one texture. So let us do that right now. So I want you to select this, since we already have linked those two parts. We are in the object mode. In the object mode, hold down shift, select everything else and Ctrl J, and look what will happen if we did not move those UV maps. There we go. See that? That's a big problem. So let's just undo it, undo the selecting, and yes. Okay, so learn from that lesson there. Okay, I think we haven't unwrapped this yet. Let's just do it real quick. Okay, that's done already, and done already. So let's just move it. So let's just select this, A, G, move it somewhere, select, tab, A, G, move it somewhere, same thing, tab, A again over here, and move it somewhere. Last. I think we haven't moved this just yet. Correct. So yeah. So now if we are going to just select everything, hold down shift and click everything here and press Ctrl J to link them all together. And when you press tab, press A, there we go. They are no longer overlapping each other. Now let us just move all of these things somewhere again, because we are not yet done. We have a lot of work to do before we could even put some textures on this katana. So let us select the other wrappings over here, which I think we haven't, yes, we haven't really made unwrapping just yet. So let's just select that, unwrap. That's good enough. Same thing, tab, A, U, unwrap. Lesson learned. Let's just move this somewhere. Also, let's go over here, press tab, select the other parts, press tab again, select A, press U, unwrap. A over here and G, and move it somewhere. And since the last one is this part, I think, yeah, unwrap it again. There we go. So let us just like link all of these curly wrappings. Control. After selecting all of those, Control J and press tab. Control A, not Control A, rather just A. There we go. I think we have an overlap over there. I forgot. Oh gosh. Yeah. If you have done that, just Control Z so that the link will be okay. It didn't work. Press Control Z several times. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, let's select all of the curly once again. Curly wrappings. Control J, Tab A. There we go. Again, let us select everything on this side by pressing A and just move it somewhere. G, pressing G and move it somewhere because we're going to put this all together again. So select the first this wrappings here and the curly wrappings together on the object mode. Select it, hold shift and select this, Control J. Now that everything is linked together, we should fix these UV mappings over here. So press B and just make it organized, you know, because we're going to put them in one texture all together. So let's just move this for a while by just press A to select everything, G, and move it somewhere wherein it will not overlap with our other UV maps. Okay, so let's just call this wrappings. Let's just change the name real quick. Wrappings. Okay. Now let's select the not the guard, the pommel. Also the handle, because these are all one part. So let's just link the handle first with the pommel. So in the object mode, select the handle, hold down shift and select the pommel, then press Ctrl J. Okay. Now press tab to check, and here we go. Let's just move them a bit near together. Yep. You can do that by pressing B, select, or just press A to move it away somewhere. Okay. Now, lastly, let's just link the wrappings with the handle and the pommel. Again, in the object mode, select the wrappings, select the handle, Ctrl J, link it together. Now they are a one piece of a handle with the UV maps that we have to fix inside this little box over here, because only this part are going to be shown in your texture. Let's just move this part here, and we're going to fix that later. Now moving on, let's just deselect this handle, pressing tab. We're not going to hide it anymore. Let's just put up the guard, the ferrule, and the blade all together. Now since all are in position where it should be, let's just select this one, select the guard part, select the ferrule number 2 and number 1, and the blade part. Now press Ctrl and J to put them all together. Now if you press tab, here are your UV maps. We are not yet done, so just be patient, because this is a lot of work. We are not in the texturing yet. We are just preparing the layout so that we could texture it correctly later. Anyway, so let's just move all of these maps inside this little box over here, because we could reshape them, and we are going to prioritize, of course, the blade and everything else. Anyway, let's do this. Oh yeah, I forgot before we proceed on this part. Just think about which one has the biggest part, and that UV map should be the priority shape that will take this little box over here. So let's just start with the blade. Press B and select the blade part. Press G and press Y. So we could just move it over here. It has to be inside the box. It should not go out. So let's just press S to scale it up a little bit. Make it a little bit smaller. And I guess we could move it over here by pressing G, because we have to fit everything else. Now, since the pommel or ferrule rather are really small, we are not supposed to make this all that big. We have to make it, of course, also small. So press S to scale it up, press G to move it in the box somewhere. Let's just put it a little more smaller. I guess this will do. Let's just put it over here. Let's just move our mouse here. Press L, L. Yes. Okay, that will do. Also here. Okay, that's much easier. So you just point out your mouse on this part. Press L. Also this part, press L. Now press G to move it inside. Press S to scale. And press G again to move it somewhere. I guess we could like put it here. So this will all depend on you. And how are you going to put your texture UV map all together in one texture, because this will be like let's say 4K, or you could like just do a 2K texture. So we have next part is the guard. Where's the guard? So this is the guard part. Now let's press B, select everything here. Let us move it by pressing G inside the box. Since it's too large, press S to scale it up. I think this will do. Yep, that will do. Or scale it more, because we have a lot of things to fit inside the box. Look at that. Let's just organize this a little bit. So press B, select this, and let's just put them all together in one piece. It should not be overlapping, but somewhere you could just easily work onto later. If you get the grip of this, you know, you will understand your own creativity, and you will just have to put the texture wherever you are comfortable. So let's move this here. I think these are the yes, this is straight lines there, straight wrappings, not the curly one. So let's just select all of this part, pressing B, and select this part, and let's move it inside by pressing G. Press S to scale it up a little bit because it's too large. Okay, I guess this will do. Yeah, I guess that is fine. Now let's put this all together again, same manner, so that it will not occupy too much space. This part should be large, should take a lot of part here, because it is a wrap, you know. It has to be large. So let's just put this first, since this is just only that small part. It will not take so much space inside our texture box. Let's put this over here. Okay, again, the scale is S, move is G. Now if you want to move around the UV map, you could scroll your mouse or press the middle mouse to move around. Okay, now let's just go over here for the last time, and let's just move it inside the box. Now that's too large, press S. Okay, let's level them up real quick. It doesn't really have to be symmetrical, you know, because this will all depend on your texture UV map. And one last part, let us just move over here and let us select all of this by pressing B. Press G to move it near the box. Press S to scale, and let's just make this thing fit here. Okay, we needed a little bit of space, so I guess we're going to like let's say make this a bit smaller. No, maybe perhaps this part over here. So press C, select all of this part. Let's just make it a bit small. Yep, let's just fix this a little bit. Select. Nope. Okay guys, you just have to like make all of this maps inside the box, like I keep on reminding each one of you ever since the first few minutes, because we have to make one texture. So let me just select this. Let's just press G and just move it outside first, because this one part over here is a bit big, so it's the handle supposed to be large. So press G, press S, and let's just move it over here, I guess. Yep, over here will do. And let us select this one. Oops, scale it a bit because it's too large. Rotate, pressing R. Let's move it this way. Again guys, we are just trying to fit everything else inside this UV map. Okay, I guess that will do. Let's select this by pressing B. I just point the mouse and press L, G, move it inside. Since it's too large, press S. Guess that will do. Okay, now let's just move this, not that one. Just this, G, Y. Okay, we got two more to fit inside this layout. So press B, select this part. I think we could fit this here already. Let's just put it there. Let's just select the pommel. This is the pommel. Let's put it here. Since we have some extra space over there, let's just make this a bit bigger. Press C, So we could have this circle thingy. You could make it large or small by scrolling your mouse. So we could select these maps and press S, press G. Okay, I guess this will do. So I guess we're done with our texture layout. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make an ambient occlusion for this katana. Let's just save this real quick. Now, before we'll be able to proceed to the next step, we need to check first whether if our normals are correctly done. What I mean by that, if the faces are not flipped, because if it is flipped, even though we put some textures on our layout over here, it will not appear correctly in our mesh. So in order for us to check that, I want you to press A to select everything. Now I want you to go into this down menu over here and choose face orientation. So if this mesh turns red, it means it is incorrect. If it turns blue, it is correct. So let's see. And as you can see, everything is incorrect. So right now, to fix that, I want you to select all by pressing A, and you go to, or rather hold down Alt and N and choose recalculate outside. Now as you can see, everything now is blue. So the next step we are going to do is doing the ambient occlusion of this mesh. So let us just remove that face orientation check. So because our mesh normals are correctly done at this point. Now that we are done checking our normals, if it is correct or not, we are ready to proceed to the next step, and we're going to make an ambient occlusion. But before we'll be able to do that, we need to prepare our work windows over here. So I want you to select your mesh, go to edit mode, press everything so that we could have this layout selected. I want you to go to new and just name this new image as katana ambient occlusion, or we could just say AO. Change the width and the height to 2048 so we could have it large. Now just leave everything else as it is and just press OK. So this will turn black. Put your mouse on this side and press home so that we could see everything, or just scroll your mouse wheel so that we could view everything in this side. Now I want you to put your mouse cursor on this side, hold down your left mouse button and drag it upward so that we could have another window over here, because we need to have a shader editor for this next step. So I want you to go here and choose shader editor. Now we will not be needing this tab over here. Just press N to just close that up, because it's going to be on the way. Now as everything is selected, I want you to go to materials properties and click new, and we will have this little node over here. I want you to put your mouse on this side of your Blender window. I want you to press Shift A and choose texture and image. Now I want you to connect the color to the base color, and in this down menu I want you to choose Katana AO, the one that we have just made earlier. So there we go. Now this is the setup so that we could start our ambient occlusion. Now the next step is I want you to go to this button over here that is called render properties. Instead of render engine, instead of AV, you choose cycle. Now in the cycles, you can see we have a big down menu over here. because we are going to bake ambient occlusion. Now I want you to choose ambient occlusion, and you make your margin as 5 so it will not be that large of an ambient occlusion design. Anyway, so as soon as we have selected everything and everything is prepared, I guess we need to click this bake so that we could have our ambient occlusion on this map. So now that our setup has been prepared, all we have to do is just to click this bake button so that we could have an ambient occlusion map on this side, because we are going to use that later on in making our texture. So I'm not going to waste your time and waiting for our bake process here, so you just do your bake process and I'll do mine. So this is the result of our bake texture map. It's called the ambient occlusion. Now we need to save this in a specific file, particularly PNG, so that we could edit it later on. I want you to go to image, save as, and just let this name be, or you could rename it to whatever, and let's just save this as of now. And also I want you to save the UV map because we are going to use that later on. Now I want you to go to UV, export UV layout, and let's just rename it katana. Let's just erase it real quick, UV, and export layout. Okay, I guess we are done with that. Now I want you to go to this tab, render properties. Instead of cycles, we are going to go back in EV so that we could check our katana ambient occlusion. Now that we are done with that, let's just check the result of our rendering or the ambient occlusion. Now I want you to go to render properties. Instead of cycles, I want you to go to EV. Now let us go to modeling tab here and just move your middle mouse button backwards so that we could see everything. And the next thing we are going to do is just to press tab so that we could go out from edit mode to object mode. I want you to press Z, go to render, and there we go. So this is the result of our ambient occlusion. As you can see, there are dark spots over there. So this is the reason that's why we are doing the ambient occlusions, just to emphasize the shadows of our katana. So we couldn't actually see everything because there are no lights. So in order for you to put something up or a lighting inside your render, just press Shift A, go to light, choose sun, and let's just move this upward, pressing G, go to Z. I guess that spot is correct. Press G again, go to Y-axis. Over here will be fine. Now while the sun is selected, press R, press Z, or rather X, and just rotate it a bit like that so that we could see the entire katana. So the reason that's why we made an ambient occlusion, for us to emphasize the shadows of the katana. So this is the result, guys. And now we are going to use the ambient occlusion map and also the UV map in texturing this Tanjiro Nichirin blade, and that will be in the next video because this video is very long already. So I guess that's it for this episode today, guys, and hopefully you will join me again in the last episode of this series, where we are going to put some texture and texture materials for this mesh model, the Tanjiro Nichirin blade. So that's it, guys. If you found this video interesting and helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.